Hey everyone, Jason Shepard here of MzeroA.com alongside world famous Uncle Larry Diamond. We're sitting in the world famous Canton Castle now. Larry, thanks for having us. And guys, we're doing something very neat today. Larry is going to be my instructor and I'm going to play the role of student. And you guys are going to see this as we go up and shoot what's called an ASR approach. So Larry, before we actually cut to the cockpit, what on earth are we doing today? What is an ASR approach?
ASR approach, actually, I learned it probably back in 1984 before you were even born. And what it is, it's a getting out of jail free card. And so what it is their surveillance radar approach. And they've been around forever. And I always have my students kind of go out and do one, and especially if they lose their vacuum system. Because what's end up happening is you go out, and actually I've already called the tower ahead of time because all of the controllers have to actually get credentialed in it. It's kind of like getting CEUs. They have to do so many per month. And so they love it when I call up. So what you do and how to find it is you go into procedures. And well, I know all the airports. So in this area it's Flint, and it's Grand Rapids, and Lansing. And so it's really, really cool. And so what ends up happening is we go out, we get flight following, we call, we get permission to do the approach. And then I put my student underneath the foggles. And then they ask for a gyro or no gyro approach. And I always ask for the no gyro approach. And then I take my little suction cups and I put it over certain things like, oh, let's go the attitude indicator.
Sure.
Oh, let's go the direction indicator.
Yeah. And
then we just use magnetic compass and we use standard rate turns. And it'll sound something like this. They'll say, we're going to fly 1113 uniform. They'll say, 1113 uniform, no more communications after this point. And they'll say, start turn now. So you go into a standard rate turn to the right, and they'll say, stop turn. And really what they're doing is they're kind of vectoring you onto final approach, depending on what runway we're going to be using. And then they'll say descend from 3,000 down to 1,500. There's actually a minimum descent altitude that you'll do. And they say, do you have the runway in sight? And they talk you right through it. They actually are walking from their control to a different room where they're doing it so they can see your how high you are and your left or the right. So when you're starting to come onto final, they say a little bit to the left, of course, correcting. You don't do anything. They're just saying that they're correcting for you.
Right.
And they're getting you back on the thing. But just remember, you still probably, they're going to see that you may have to crab a little bit. So you really don't have to do it because they're giving you all directions. If you were doing it visually, you can say, okay, I got a wind out of the left. I need to correct to the left. And that's really what you're doing. So if I know where the winds are coming from, I know mostly they're saying correcting to the left, correcting to the left to correct for the crosswind. And it's really a good tool for my students because they know if they really get into, you know, the stuff, into IMC, and they know the airports that are around there, they know how to get in touch with the tower and say, look, I need an ASR approach. So it's a little tool in their toolbox to get them out of trouble.
Sure. No, it sounds like a wonderful, like you said, everything hits the fan. Kind of get out of jail free card. I really like that. So without further ado, you guys are going to really enjoy this. Let's go ahead and cut to the cockpit.
298413 uniform, and I'd like to request the ASR at Lansing.
Archer 13 uniform, you can expect the ASR approach runway 28 left at Lansing.
Expect the ASR at Lansing, 13 uniform.
Cool stuff.
And that's how easy it is.
Cool.
So we're going to review the approach. This is what I usually do. So we're going to do 28 left.
All right.
And the MDA is 1320.
Got it.
Visibility is half a mile. Height above the threshold is 489. And we can go down to ceilings of 500 feet, half a mile. It's a category C.
Okay, copy.
So here is when we finally get it and start doing it. I'll start attaching.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll simulate a vacuum system failure and do it. And it might as well, I don't even know if we need foggles today on a day like today's kind of
No, you don't
stinky.
need the foggles at all.
Might as well be. And just a little bit to the right here. Cool. I am excited, my friend.
Me too.
And I'll be the flying pilot, you be the talking pilot, and we'll make it happen if that's cool.
Okay, what's nice about it, I don't have to talk too much.
Yeah, that will be exciting.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
When you can keep me quiet.
Yeah. Woo.
So this is what I tell. I said, just because it's not the summertime and springtime, you still get thermals.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Why am I getting bumped around here?
Because you're going to get heat coming off of the snow.
I feel like I'm back home.
Yep. We got it all. If we can get thunder snow,
yes.
we can get thermals.
You're not kidding.
So I always keep my pen handy just in case.
Yeah, you know they're going to be coming back with plenty of stuff to say and write down.
And I'll just put on the nav lights just in case.
Yeah.
And recreation so everybody can see me. And we're looking good. Oil temp is good. Oil pressure is good. We got gas. We got fuel pressure.
Okay.
And this is locked.
Good. Yep. Fat, dumb, and happy. Always keeping an eye out.
Oh, always doing. Got real good suction for that.
Proverbial. Yes.
Don't say nothing.
No, I won't say anything. That new engine.
Seems like you've flown before. That little magenta line is kind of like pasted to our belly here.
I think the Garmin 430 is broken. That's got to be what it is.
So what I usually do is like about every half an hour.
Saratoga 13 uniform, if not already, change by frequency 118.65.
Yep, on 118.65, 13 uniform.
Got upgraded to a Saratoga.
Yeah. 13 uniform is Piper Archer 3.
Archer 13 uniform, roger.
I like the name Saratoga, you know?
Yeah, me too. I got a Saratoga.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm in the Saratoga.
Our ground speed doesn't reflect that, though.
And also the 300 horsepower is a little bit different, too.
All
right, I'm going to basically go...
Lansing departure, Cherokee 33149er with you, 1900 for 3000.
What was that?
I'm going to go all instruments right now. I mean, there's not a whole lot to see outside, but I'll let you be the eyes outside.
149er will be requesting vectors for the 20 approach.
So I can get safety pilot time.
Oh, absolutely.
Cherokee 33149er, Lansing departure, radar contact. Maintain VFR at 3000. Fly heading 280, vector final approach course.
So since we're only 20 miles out,
heading 3000, altitude 149er.
And I'm probably going to go full rich now.
Okay, good call.
And take one more look since you're at straight level, where we're at right here.
320, I gotcha.
Really? See, it does preset.
Yeah, it
so
sure does.
That's why I check it every 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah. We got all that suction still. I mean, it's just the instrument at that point. The suction's there, just the internals.
Well, we almost got super suction.
Yeah, but this guy's probably not too...
Cold.
Yeah, cold and old.
It'd be cold.
Maybe. Yeah.
C-O-D-E, code.
Yes.
Cherokee 149er, 7 miles from Hewer's Turn, left heading 220, maintain 3000, till established, cleared, RNAV, runway 20 approach at Charlotte. Yeah, last departure 149er, please repeat. Warrior 149er, 7 miles from Hewer's Turn, left heading 220, maintain 3000, till established on a final approach course, cleared, RNAV, runway 20 approach. 220, maintain 3000, cleared for RNAV, 149er.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah, perfect.
Cherokee 149er, be advised, there is traffic below you maneuvering. Altitude indicates 1,300, possibly in a pattern over the Grand Ledge Airport. 149er, looking.
Grand Ledge is that way?
Okay. We'll make sure not to drop our gum out the window. Saratoga 6 Alpha Bravo, no observed traffic between you and the Mason Airport. Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR. Change to advisory frequency approved. Good day. You do the Same, thanks for all the help today.
Holler at me if you want to do a fuel tank switch too.
Archer 1-3 uniform, say your intentions after the ASR approach.
After the ASR, we're going to go out through the Battle Creek.
Archer 1-3 uniform, roger.
I don't know if you're a 30-minute switcher or a 60-minute switcher.
Since the flight is 30 minutes, we can do it. Probably now the time is the best way to do it. So I got fuel pump on if you want to switch over to the right tank.
Yeah, right tank out of the D10, in the D10, feel it.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. We got fuel pressure. That's
Great.
good. Fuel pump is off.
Yeah, I always keep my hand there just in case. That one's an easy one though. The old Cherokee 140s were.
Oh, yeah, to push it.
Oh man.
Just as long as you, the right to the
you
left.
Feel it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
If it clicks and goes over to fuel shut off.
Yep.
Bad move.
Yep. No, I was my biggest fears as a student pilot.
That's why I always put on the left
Yeah,
first.
start first.
Even though there could be someone heavier over there, but usually it is. So it burns off fuel and makes it equal.
Makes sense anyways, yeah, early on.
Let the festivities begin.
Yeah, we're getting close, 16 miles. It's got to be happening here soon.
I'm always checking.
Archer 1-3 uniform, fly heading 360, vector final approach course.
360, final approach course, 1-3 uniform.
And we'll just go no gyro once we tell him no gyro, basically?
Yeah, when
Fine
they give
with that.
us the ask, when they start asking and he moves over to his little other room.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Turn the bug, turn the plane.
Got it, bug is turned, plane's coming, about half standard rate, just kind of taking my time if that's okay with you.
As peachy, I always do half standard rate, especially I got all the time in the world to
Need
do
to
it.
rush.
I'm not in any hurry here. And let's see. A-N-O-S. Ooh, L-N-O-S.
Yes.
Ooh, nose. We turn to north.
Yes.
That's why I love magnetic turns.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it kind of stabilize. Put wheel unaccelerated. There we go, good.
Undershoot north.
Get the old watch ready here just in case there are any good turns coming up. I doubt it, but.
Well, I got a clock here too.
Okay, good to know.
That I use on my approaches when I'm doing ILSs
That's
or
smart.
time.
That's smart. I don't think we'll get any big significant turns that I need to time, but just in case.
I guarantee it's going to be no more than 3 degrees.
Yeah. Just be prepared is all I want.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the tower. We could probably quickly go over to ATIS if you want to hear ATIS, but...
I'd like to. You want to get it in 2. You think he's going to switch us to a separate frequency though too? We might want to be thinking about that as well.
Well, I'm already waiting for it because I'm going to put it into this.
Yeah, okay, copy.
Lansing Tower information, Quebec 16530, wind 220 at 5, visibility 6, days, sky clear, temperature 1, dew point -3, altimeter 2986.
Good.
Okay, and over here, cool. I don't think he's going to give us tower, but I'll put tower in here for later when they switch us over.
That's smart thinking ahead.
Warrior 149, is this going to be a full stop at Charlotte? Yes.
There's nothing to see outside today.
Nope.
What'd you say that visibility is?
Right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5, I was going to say 6. Yeah, that's about right then.
Well, it's like 5.5.
Yeah.
If I can remember my distances.
Yeah.
It ain't going to change.
Oh, it's...
But this is good flying weather. I mean, you can still see stuff. So.
Yeah.
But it freaks people out.
It's on the cusp of marginal VFR, but again, as a student pilot, should you be flying around this? I don't believe so.
No, if Grant says I'm going, I'm saying, Nah, not on my ticket, you're not.
Yeah.
I said, you go, that's the end of our career here.
Yeah.
And he won't.
No, I know.
Gas undercarriage mixture prop.
Okay, let's knock.
Cherokee 149, no observed traffic between you and the Charlotte Airport. Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR. Change of advisory frequency approved. Good day.
Squawk VFR, 149er.
Okay, is there anything else I can use here as kind of, okay, so we're going to be using runway 28.
Yep.
So we'll put that over here
Yep.
as a reminder. We got winds at 220 at 5. We're not going to be using these. I think I got every frequency in the book in this radio, so and I don't have a VOR that's close that I could use.
Okay.
And we got landing light on, rec light on. And I don't think we need the PTOT heat today.
No.
This is a pure lesson with Uncle Larry.
Yes.
This is typical state-of-the-art, out-of-the-box training
Yes,
here.
that's okay.
And it's not state-of-the-art at all. It's just old school.
I am fine with
Archer 1-3 uniform, contact final approach controller on 134.905.
134.905, 13 uniform.
All right.
Approach AC 5599, so 11.5 descending 11,000 with Quebec.
AC 5599, Lansing approach, Lansing.
Lansing approach, Archer 1113 uniform. You're walking into the other room.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
There's the runway right there.
Barely see it.
Lansing approach, 13 uniform. You did say 134.905, right?
Yeah, that's what you got in there.
Well, you know what that is? That's probably...
Oh, that's Lansing.
it is Lansing.
Give him another try.
Lansing approach, Archer 1113 uniform.
He's turned up. He's on one. Remember the last frequency we were on?
Yeah. I'll go back to that.
He just pulled us through final, but I mean...
That's okay. Lansing approach, 13 uniform. Was that frequency 134.905?
Archer 13 uniform, affirmative 134.905.
Okay, I was trying them on 134.905 and they haven't been responding. I'll go back to it.
Archer 13 uniform, you can remain on this frequency momentarily.
Same with him.
Okay, stay with you, 118.65, 13 uniform.
Wasn't ready for us, I guess. Switched just too early.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did.
Or we get too close, you know.
And Archer 13 uniform, you try them again now on 134.905.
Going over to 134.905, thanks. Lansing approach, 13 uniform.
Archer 13 uniform, this is Lansing final controller, how do you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear, 13 uniform.
Good thing we're testing their system for him. What if this was a real emergency?
Archer 13 uniform, will this be a gyro or no gyro approach?
We like the no gyro approach today, 13 uniform.
Where'd my vacuum pump go? All right, covering up the instruments.
Archer 1-3 uniform, you are 5 miles northeast of the runway north, of course. This approach point is the runway threshold. Report the runway approach lights or the runway in sight.
We will call the runway in sight or the approach lights. 1-3 uniform.
Don't worry about it.
Archer 1-3 uniform, turn left.
And right left. And all right, watch my compass. I'm inside, you're outside.
Archer 1-3 uniform. Archer 1-3 uniform, prepare to descend in approximately 2 miles. The runway 28 left minimum descent altitude is 1,320.
1,320, 1-3 uniform. Ah!
Here.
I got it.
Yeah. Holding standard rate.
Yes, sir, doing good. Probably give us a stop turn.
Archer 1-3 uniform, stop turn.
Nice. Turn stopped. Level flight.
Beautiful. So we're going to be descending like almost 2,000 feet. So
Yeah.
we'll just have to.
Archer 1-3 uniform, stop turn. Archer 1-3 uniform, runway 24 might work better for you, is that alright?
It's okay, 1-3 uniform.
Archer 1-3 uniform, the minimum descent altitude, runway 24 is 1,260.
1,260, 1-3 uniform.
Archer 1-3 uniform, 5 miles from the runway, descend to minimum descent altitude. Archer 1-3 uniform, do not acknowledge any further transmissions, turn right.
I pull the power armor even more.
Archer 1-3 uniform, stop turn.
To descent.
We gotta get down quick here, don't we?
Yeah. Go to,
altitude
about,
again?
Yeah, go to about 17. We're going down to 12,000.
1200?
1260.
Okay.
Archer 1-3 uniform, 2.5 miles from the runway, slightly left of course, turn right.
Gonna go half standard rate since it's some slight.
Archer 1-3 uniform, stop turn.
2,000 for 12.
Archer 1-3 uniform, 2 miles from the runway, slightly left of course, correcting.
Love it. Nice intercept he gave you.
1,900 for 1,200. 18 for 12.
Archer 1-3 uniform, do you have the field in sight?
Field in sight, 1-3 uniform.
17 for 12. Okay to look outside?
Yep.
Looking outside and boom.
There you go.
Archer 1-3 uniform, runway 24 cleared for the option, on the go, fly runway heading, maintain 3,000 VFR.
Maintain 3,000 VFR, and we're going to go out to Battle Creek today, so we'll go over to flight following for Battle Creek.
Archer 1-3 uniform will work that out.
All right, I got to get a landing, just add Lansing to my logbook. Is that okay?
Absolutely. You got to, not as long as these runways over here.
Right,
you can
copy.
see 24 is almost kind of like Ann Arbor.
Cool. Make this touch and go, and
Yes,
we're
sir.
out of here.
Gas undercarriage mixture, and we got fuel. We got mixture full rich. Looking good.
See the flaps where they're at. I'm committed.
Center line, center line, center line, center line, center line.
Sound like
center
you.
line.
You sound like me.
Hold it off, oh boy. Did we land yet? If we are, I didn't feel it.
Rolling.
Okay, rock and roll.
Very, very cool stuff, man. I really appreciate that.
Okay, no problem. Let's give you a little bit more.
Yep, I got it.
Trim here.
Awesome.
Cessna 199, Miss Squawk 7465.
Larry, you want to do the honors and say bye to our wonderful audience and tell them the most important thing when we end that video?
Okay, just tell me when.
We're ready now, my friend. Let's go for it.
Okay, thanks everybody. That's an ASR for you. And thanks for coming out to MzeroA. And just remember, a good pilot is always learning. See ya.